I have been asked a lot of things. How do you juke SCPs? How do you kill so many people? And what attachments do you use on your guns? These are all the attachments I use for every gun. The pistol, this is the most optimal. Flashlight for computer, a suppressor so no one can hear you when you shoot it, and a magazine so that you have more ammo. Ideally, you're never going to be in a position where you'll have time to adjust your firearm. But the pistol still has one really good advantage. You can pull it out super fast and shoot a guard in the head before he has time to pull out his weapon and kill you, assuming that he doesn't already have it out in the first place. That was weird. 90% of the time when I run the COM-18, I like to run this hipfire run-and gun style with it because I can use it with a rifle, and that way, if I run out of ammo, I can just quickly draw it out and keep running and gunning and either chasing down or backing off from whatever attacker I'm up against. There are times though when, as a D-class, I can grab the COM-18 that's an armory and convert it into this James Bond styled loadout. It has a suppressor and a flashlight with a dot sight. The suppressor has really good accuracy, good damage, and is quiet, so you can kill guards from a distance as long as you get 2 clean shots off, and they won't know where it came from, and you can run away. There's really no situation you shouldn't be using a pistol for running and gunning, because there's rarely a fight where you ever win with a pistol in the first place. If you're like me, as a guard, you have definitely died to the SCPs in the early game when they bum rush entrance zone. I have one loadout with the MP7 because of this experience. I only run the flashlight, I only run the suppressor, I don't even bother with aiming because I am always on the run from the SCPs. You're not even gonna bother trying to kill with this weapon a bunch because if you lived long enough as a guard, you've probably gotten access to better weapons by then. The suppressor is good because you still keep that accuracy while you're on the run, but more importantly, it reduces the loud gunshot and makes it harder for the SCPs to hear you in adjacent hallways and then track you down. This entire loadout is all about running away and not giving away your position, and I don't even bother with anything else. Next are the MTF loadouts. This is what I use for killing things at long range. It has really good accuracy and has night vision in case the lights turn off. Also, being a submachine gun, it's still pretty accurate even though I have no attachments for hipfire. This is solely used as a sniper rifle for killing humans, and it works pretty damn well. This is my loadout for killing SCPs. It is a run-and-gun loadout. Because I'm trying to kill SCPs, I have to think about computer, so I run a flashlight over a laser sight. And like I said earlier, all submachine guns are very accurate while running and gunning, so you don't have to worry about a laser sight. It's kinda just unnecessary. I don't use a stock. I want to be able to run and gun, and I want to be able to whip this out as quickly as possible. I use JHP because it's better for dealing with SCPs. I don't bother with the scope because I'm not trying to kill SCPs while aiming down sights. And I use the extended barrel over the suppressor because if I'm fighting SCPs, they're already gonna know where I am anyway, and I want to maximize killing them as quickly as possible. The E11 is the most flexible weapon in the entire game. You can run pretty unique loadouts with it. My loadouts are very similar to the Vector loadouts. A long-range sniper rifle for killing things across the map. I use the muzzle brake for less recoil, the foregrip for less recoil, and the recoil-reducing stock with the long barrel for good accuracy and low recoil. You could use a night vision scope if you like. You still get a good sight picture. This is my loadout for killing SCPs. I have the flashlight and the laser sight, so I have good accuracy while having a flashlight to deal with computer. I still haven't decided what kind of muzzle brake I want to use. The muzzle booster is only really good when you're running FMJ, which is like the middle child between JHP and armor piercing. I know this loadout is only designed for killing SCPs, but I've had many a situation where the SCPs didn't die in time and a chaos wave spawns, so I've started using FMJ to have an in-between, and shooting a lot of bullets into an SCP when you don't really have a good window to kill them to begin with is really important. This is my run-and-gun loadout for killing humans. If I am the last MTF or anything alive, and the entire chaos wave is descending upon me, and I need to constantly be on the move, I use this. I don't want to give away my position. I take a lot of 1v1s so that I can kill the chaos one at a time instead of fighting an entire wave. You should pay attention to the different stocks, by the way. There's one for running and gunning and one for aiming down sights. And you can see the aim down sight version and the run and gun version. With Captain's Gun, just like the Logiser, it is incredibly bad at running and gunning. It's not designed to run and gun, so I have just dedicated making this loadout a really good hallway shooter. If there was a wave of chaos there, they are getting fucking annihilated. Because of the suppressor, I have good bullet accuracy, and more importantly, they can't hear the gunshots while I mow them all down. I think people underestimate the suppressor's potential. I've had moments where people will just drop dead and die, and I couldn't hear the gunshots. So it takes a moment to register what the fuck is happening, and you don't know what angle the gunshots are coming from. So you could accidentally run into the bullets. I still use a flashlight because a foregrip is kind of redundant. But I like a flashlight just in case there's a computer that tries to fuck me over. You could make the argument that night vision does that job, but a flashlight is good for running away when you can't just scope in. When it comes to the AK, the scope is dog shit. I cannot emphasize how terrible it is on the AK. You could design an entire loadout to complement that scope, and it'll still suck. The AK is at its best at the mid-range. Extended barrel for good damage and accuracy, foregrip for less recoil, armor piercing to kill humans, a heavy stock for more accuracy and less recoil. These are my run and gun loadouts. They are basically identical. One is for killing SCPs, the other is for killing humans. Because you spawn with a shotgun and a revolver, I like to use the revolver as a long-range sniper. I maximize the damage and its accuracy by using the extended barrel, the extended stock, and the 5-shot cylinder with the telescopic sight. Because I use that for really long range, I use the shotgun for short range. Flashlight for computer, extended barrel because it reduces the pellet spread, which means better accuracy, and fuck the double shot. It sucks. The Logiser, like the Captain's Gun, is only good for... That took like no effort, and my crosshair pretty much stays in the exact same spot. Use night vision scope for when the lights turn off, foregrip for better recoil, only use muzzle brake. The recoil will thank you. For reference, this is a loadout I made completely designed for running and gunning. That's terrible. Don't use run and gun with the Logiser.